That was when I saw it clearly. I had been outsourcing my self-worth to platforms, performance, vanity metrics, and public approval. Everything I created from 2015 through 2020, maybe even into 2021, was born from the ego's hunger to be seen, to be recognized, to be validated, to prove I was worthy. It was an unconscious campaign to prove them wrong. Why don't you just go to the mall and get a job, they said. I'll show you, I decided. And I did. The blessing was that fire mobilized me out of a barely functional freeze state in 2015. Yet it became the motivation and fuel for everything I created. I built a successful YouTube channel. I created something meaningful after years of feeling like a failure. I went from living under the poverty line for more than a decade to earning a 6-figure income. People stopped me in public to say my work changed their life. And yes, I loved that, all of that, but for the wrong reasons. Not wrong in a moral sense, but wrong in the way that it pulls you away from your higher self, away from your spirit, away from the essence of who you really are. Because I was manifesting from ego. You can manifest a lot from ego: money, recognition, relationships, property, fame. An entire empire can be manifested from ego. In fact, most manifestation content out there is ego-based. The ego wants what it wants, and it wants it now. And sometimes that works. Sometimes the creator lets you taste what you thought you wanted. But inevitably, anything built on ego is unstable. It's built on defense mechanisms, on walls and moats designed to protect but never meant to last. Ego can be incredibly productive when it's fueled by pain. In fact, that's the foundation of most of what we call high performance. It's a way to prove our worthiness, but true worthiness is not proven. It just is, and it's your divine birthright. Eventually, the cracks begin to show in anything built on ego. The foundation weakens. You either lose it all, or if you're lucky, you recognize the warning signs and humble yourself before the collapse. And I did. That's why I walked away sometime in 2021, because I realized I couldn't keep teaching about recovery and healing, and I certainly couldn't embody trauma integration while staying trapped in a performance loop built by my own unresolved trauma.